Critical. Joey here is a critical Missourian where I talk about everyday life, about Missouri and beyond. Okay, I want to talk about one absurd problem I am really starting to get fried about. There's this thing by federal law where you have to verify your physical address. One problem. There's definitely one city in Missouri that never receives mail at a physical address inside city limits. Everyone is required by the postmaster now. This is the federal government speaking again. That all any mail that needs to go to a physical address must go to a post office box. This is in Morley, Missouri, ladies and gentlemen. I used to live there. And by golly, unless you live on the edge of town, you will not receive any mail to your physical address. I mean, I'm thinking the thing is that the number of customers is so low and it's so rural. There's only like 700 people in the city of Morley. And I'm not sure why. Beyond that, why they require everyone have a post office box. I mean, it's beyond fathomable. This puts people in a quagmire that is created by the own federal government, where if they have to provide proof that they physically live at a certain location, especially if they rent it and don't own the place, how do you prove your address whenever you're stuck in this? I went through this so many times. Fought to try to get financial companies, banks, institutions, even the state government to figure out that there is a problem here. And this is creating a huge headache because of that. So, tell me. I mean, if you go to an institution that wants to see a debit card, credit card, or whatever, but you do not have a physical address attached to it, you're pretty much screwed. I just went through this with Sezzle or another place because of this. They refused to allow me to put a credit card on because I do not want nothing physical attached to my physical address. I do not trust anyone to not getting in my mailbox while I am trucking and out for 30 days. I would not even put it past anyone to five-finger anything at my address. I mean, that's just my view. It's like I don't want to put any trust or faith into using my physical address for something and come back and find that I'm missing debit cards, credit cards that I've been waiting on the mail for crap like that. All because of that. Because people can't keep their hands out of places they don't belong. So that's why I send everything to a P.O. box for safety. Because I know if the post office takes care of it, it's handled there at the. If it's in a P.O. box, I don't have to worry about things going 5 fingered. But this should be a wake-up call to our federal government. Wake up and smell the roses. This is along with the state government. You all and the General Assembly should get a little more. Both the General Assembly and the U.S. Congress need to get a little smarts in their head and figure out, hey, we got these little tidbit of issues we didn't even think about, and how much you made lives 10 times harder. I mean, they didn't even stop to think that this stuff exists. These situations exist. Not to mention the other problem I have with required use of a physical address is now, or required use of a verifiable physical address. Come on, people. I understand the whole point is to target illegal immigration or something like that. But the other unintended side effect is the thing is people who don't have a physical address. Come on. You got homeless people who are stuck having to bum a physical address off of a shelter or somewhere else, and that's if they would allow it. So what do they do? I mean, it's now required that you have to have a physical address, a physical verifiable address, just to even get a driver's license now in a lot of these states, or they fine you now. Missouri has just started that crap where they fine you if you do not have your license upgraded from the old style standard driver's license to the one where you have everything verifiable now and everything. That's the that's the unintended, one of the other unintended consequences. And now you got people who can't get nada, nothing at all. They can't get a license to drive. They can't get this, that, and another because they can't verify an address, and it's all because they are stuck in a legal gray zone that the federal government didn't even stop to think about. Oh, unless they intentionally do this, just because they have no heart in their chest whatsoever, and they want to attack the people who are less fortunate. I know that's another thing I could rant about, or another time. I actually already did in a prior video. I rant and raved because I think it was stupid to pass laws criminalizing homelessness. That was in a prior video, but this is just along the line of another moment of stupidity in our government. I mean, What is someone supposed to do when they're in these gray zones and they can't fix it? I mean, going to the getting. I've noticed one of the biggest headache I have is whenever I'm going to the county, the county assessor or the county collector. They never list the full address on our tax receipts for our real estate. They just play lot this, block this, section this, township that. That's ridiculous. I mean, you can all good and great. To you county governments out there, it's all good and great. You put that, but you need to start learning to put the physical address full, the box number, street, city, zip code, state. Stop with this nonsense with this. Or is it just too much work for you? Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't take that much extra. And you're doing the people a favor by making sure all physical addresses are attached to a tax form. There are reasons why people have post office boxes. I just stated mine because I don't trust the shady people that live in the in my area. I mean, I'm not saying all my neighbors over that way are bad, but I've already had someone come along and steal concrete blocks off my property. So that should be more than enough, and more than enough to get me wary of even letting anything sit on there without being chained up. Like I said, everybody has their reasons. Everybody has their excuses. Mine is an anti-theft thing. And for a homeless person, that may be the only address that they could get. The only way they could receive mail is through a post office box. Unless they find an organization kind enough to let them borrow their address. And then there's this the city of Morley, where I don't know, like I said, I don't know why, for the life of me, but you couldn't even get mail there whatsoever. So, except through a post office box. And get this, I did own property there. But yet, I still have to get a post office box. My brother, same thing. He owns property in town. He's required to get a post office box too. And so is a friend of mine. I mean, that is not, they cannot get around this. The mailman will not deliver directly to the physical addresses inside city limits Morley. I mean, no ifs, ands, or buts. And I still can't figure that one out. Like I said, I gave him my proposal earlier in the video. Why? But I still have no fathomable clue. But still, in closing, in my rant, and this whole thing, is that you all in the federal government, and in the state government, and the county governments, need to get your heads out of your butts for 2 seconds and stop and think of the unintended consequences that your actions have caused and how much headaches you create for other people. It's not fair that we get penalized as citizens for something that we have no control over. And you need to get it straight. So, that's my take on this. I hope everyone agrees with me with this, because it's unfair. It's really unfair. It's not, and it's a headache. But this, I understand the concept, but like I say, the road to Hades is always paved in good intentions. And your intentions to stop illegal immigration has put these good folks in a predicament they can't do much about. So I hope everyone is agreeing with me with what I have to say on this video. Even though, yes, I did rant and rave, but I'm very furious at the contradictions that we have got stuck into. And either an exception needs to be made, or the rules need to be changed, or just thrown out the door. And find another way to verify residency, whether someone's illegal or not. Because this thing with the physical address thing ain't working very well. But anyhow, this is the Critical Missourian, and I am signing out.